We are on a mission to kill. What are we going to kill? Well, dummies, of course. The stairs creak with age as we descend into the basement below. Cold stone walls surround us, and the flicker of a torch below guides us ever downwards. We enter into a small alcove, and to the west is a practice area filled with students dueling dummies. So, here we are in the basement, ready to practice our very basic fighting skills. Firstly, let us take a look around ourselves so we can all understand what is happening. The room title is Below the Basement Staircase, and there is a brief 4-line description that is giving us the feel for the basement we are about to enter. On the wall is a large flickering torch. This is what we call an object. There are many objects in the game that do nothing more than provide atmosphere to a room, like this torch here. If we look at the torch, we have a beautiful 7-line description which adds more details to the room we are in. If reading is your thing, you will love exploring and looking at everything. As you can see on the screen, as I move slowly through the basement of the Academy, there are many rooms here. Take the time to visit each one and read the descriptions. There are dummies here of various sizes, small, medium and large. We can look at each one in turn to get a feel for what they are. The small dummies are intended for newer students, like us. The medium dummies are intended for more experienced students, which we will be very soon. The large dummies are intended for larger students, those close to graduating, which is what we are aiming for. The creatures that roam around the world of Aardwolf are called mobs, which is short for mobiles. Mobs is a generic term which are used for all creatures in Aardwolf which are not players. Mobs is a term I shall use going forward. Now, you should use the consider command. While it may not be life or death here in this safe environment, it is a good idea to be able to tell if you're going to kill or be killed before you attack a target. A small practice dummy should be a fair fight. A large practice dummy snickers nervously. Bringing up the help file and pressing enter through the paging bar, you can see there is a list of various messages you can get, as well as a rough guide as to how many levels above or below you are from that mob. The more levels the mob has on you, the more experience you will get when you kill it, and gold too. That is a two-edged sword though. It also means that you will do less damage. You may not be able to hit it very well, and that it will do more damage to you. So, the small dummy will be a fair fight, meaning it is plus or minus 1 level to mine. As I am only level 1, that means it is either my level or one above that. Time to put my kicking skills into practice. To attack the dummy with my newly practiced kick skill, I shall simply type kick dummy. In a normal round of combat, you will be able to manually make an attack, like kicking the target, and your wielded weapon will automatically attack your opponent. Now that you have practiced an attack skill or spell, you must use it when you attack mobs. You cannot just sit there and watch the combat roll across your screen. Every round you need to be participating. We will cover this rule in more details later on. As you can see here, my sword automatically slices the dummy, doing damage. If there is another round, which clearly there is not, then you can attack the mob again before your weapon does more damage. Once the dummy is dead, you can see that you have received some experience points, or EXP for short, and a small amount of gold. We are now on our way to becoming stronger, and as you can see, I've just reached level 2. And you can see that Ayla, the Queen of the Gods, has given me 1 gold coin for the dummy's corpse. If there are multiple dummies in the room and you want to kill a dummy at the bottom of the list and not the large dummy at the top, for instance, you can type kick small or kick 2.dummy if it is the second dummy in the list. The dummies like to wander around the basement, and you can see them padding in and out of the room you are in now and then. As there are other students in the area with you, it is generally a good idea not to attack dummies in their room. I like to play the game of good etiquette, though others may not. Other players may come into the room you are in now and then and attack your dummies in your room. There is no rule that says you can't attack a mob in another player's room, but be aware that attacking a mob with a wounded flag is against the rules. More on this later. Just because you are standing in a room does not mean you own the room. You will eventually find that every player has their own view on what is considered the right or polite thing to do here. Time to kill 1 more dummy, then back to Vorth to tell him I am ready to continue with his lessons. Feel free to stay here as long as you like, as it is a nice diversion from the training. Try not to kill too many of the dummies, as you will probably want to learn a little bit more before you gain too many levels.